Greetings, fellow makers, foamsmiths, and fabric fanatics. This is Ryan with Ryan's Cosplay Closet, also known as the Ryu Hayabusa. Welcome back to my factory. Today we are continuing our work on Ryu Hayabusa, specifically the headpiece thingy. I don't know what the Japanese term is called, but I'm going to call it the headpiece thingy. So, here we go. Alright, before we can actually begin, we're going to need some stuff. You will need a pattern. I actually have multiple pattern pieces here because this is a multi-level thing. You'll need some foam. I'm using 6mm and 4mm EVA foam. You will need a weight of some sort to hold your pattern on your foam so it doesn't slide all over the place. A marker of some sort, pretty self-explanatory. An Exacto knife, again, self-explanatory, but it needs to be very sharp, as we're talking like razor sharp here. You'll need a heat gun to form the pieces together. You also need a rotary tool and some contact cement to glue the pieces together. And while you're gluing pieces together, you'll want to wear your respirator, always. Well, not always, just when you're gluing the pieces together. All right, let's get started. Okay, we start by tracing our pattern pieces onto some foam. I'm using 6mm foam for the base of the helmet. Be sure to transfer your registration marks. That will be these marks right here and here. That way you will know where the pieces are supposed to line up. Okay, so pieces have been traced out, they're ready to go. Ready to go. You'll notice these marks here, 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 all over this whole thing. Those are registration marks to help me line up the pieces. And the edges are also labeled A to help me remember which piece goes to which piece. So A goes to A, B goes to B, so on and so on. But enough explanation, let's just cut this thing out. Now, this is where it's important to have an extremely sharp blade in your knife. Because you want to cut all the way through your foam piece. The first time you cut through, you don't want to make a second pass and a third pass and a fourth pass, because that will leave little fuzzy bits in your foam. You don't want that. because that will make it that much harder to glue it together. Now, it's true you can clean it up with a rotary tool, but in my experience, it's best to avoid foam dust as much as possible. That being said, there are some times when you just can't avoid it. And as you can see here, the edges are nice and clean. That's because I just replaced this blade. And now we'll just cut out the rest of the pieces. Now it's time to glue them together, which means I'll be wearing my respirator. And now, contact cement. Here we go. Now, if you've been on my channel at all, you will know that the way contact cement works is you apply a coat to either side, well, either edge you want to attach, wait for it to dry, and then attach it. Very simple. And we're just going to do the rest of these now. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes. I allowed for some extra dry time because it's a bit chilly out today. And now we are ready to attach. So, here we go. Now, normally I would use the surface of my table to keep these edges in line. But the curved nature of the piece makes that a bit of a challenge. So what I'm doing instead is using my finger and thumb to make sure the pieces stay nice and flush. Also, going to start from the bottom, line that up first. Because it can always trim away from the back if I need to, but the front needs to line up. Press it in a little bit like this. To do that, I'll be borrowing a trick I heard from Steve at SKS Props. I'll put a link in the description. Basically, what I'm going to do is keep the helmet bent and attach a 2mm piece of foam so that it holds its shape. like that. And now we're going to add this piece here. And then we'll add this piece here on top, like so. But before we do that, I need to grab my respirator because glue, toxic, don't breathe. Also, this trick I picked up from Evil Ted. I'm going to temporarily hold the accent piece there. And there. The idea here is to learn where the accent piece is going to fall. Then trace that out so I know exactly where to put the glue. Hold the pins and apply the contact cement. Alright. The glue on the headpiece and the detail piece have dried, and it's time to attach. I'm going to do this by lining up the center seam. Sticking that down first. And then I will roll/fold the outer edge out. Like that. And now we're going to attach this piece to it the same way as we did this. So, here we go. Alright. Glue is dried. Time to attach. Start with the tip. Line up where the center is. and fold the piece / roll the piece down. And as you can see, it is really coming together. But a couple more details. Now it is time for the wood burner, which is not hot yet. So we'll be back when that's ready to go. Okay. Wood burner is ready to go. So now I'm going to use the fine tip to burn some details into the helmet piece. Just like that. Okay, so as you can see, this piece is pretty much ready to go. I'm going to add some elastic here and here, so that way it'll stay on, well, like around here, but yeah. And possibly some Velcro, so it'll stay on the hood. But that is it for this construction part of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff if you want to see more shenanigans like this from either the factory or the lab upstairs. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks, and have a great day.